Good evening, and welcome again to Pumping Up with Hans and Franz, the informative training program for achieving financial success.
Once again, I am Hans.
And I am Franz, and we just want to pump you up.
Hey, how's it going? Hans Schaff here. I want to talk to you about a mindset. First of all, become aware of your mindset. Become aware of the thoughts that are in your head. When you approach something, are you looking to basically do it so you can stop doing it? Are you looking for like a finish line? Because see, I think early in life, that's what I was always looking at. See, I was just talking to my wife, this was a limiting belief that I had, was that I wanted to work so that I no longer had to work anymore. And Jim Rohn, he makes a good question like this. He says, there's people who want $1 million just so they can make $1 million and live on the beach and do nothing, absolutely nothing, right? Not impact anybody's lives, not make a difference, not help anybody, just totally selfishly for themselves, right? And he says, and the good Lord sees to it that these people don't get their $1 million because of that reason. They're just thinking small. It's just about themselves. And see, I was kind of looking at it as a race, right? Here's the starting line, where I'm at, and where I want to go is the finish line. Well, that's not true, because when you hit your goals, when you get there to that spot, you're not at a finish line. The finish line, that's called death, right? There is no finish line except for when you die. That's when you're finished. Life is really, and business is about balance, right? You want to, at least this is my beliefs, and you can take it for what it's worth. You may have different beliefs, you may believe differently, but here's what I've experienced, this is what I've observed, as a 32-year-old, having worked the last 14 years of my life, having different businesses and investments and investing and things like that, and my education and whatnot, right? This is just my beliefs, what I believe, what I'm kind of discovering myself, is that life is really about balance, and that's where you find the most success. I remember going to his Tony Robbins seminar, the Unleash the Power Within, and he had this diagram where basically he had, if you can imagine, a wheel, right? And it's got 7 points, equidistant all the way across, right? And basically it starts as a very small wheel, right? Just a very small circle. And as you grow in different areas, maybe one is relationships, right? Here's one part of the wheel. One side of the wheel is relationships. Another one is wealth. Another one is health. Another one is fitness. One is spirituality, right? There were 7 different points of this wheel. And what would happen is if you focus too much of your time and energy just on the finances, and you neglected your relationships, your spirituality, your health, and your fitness, well, you're going to have a very lopsided wheel. If you can picture that, it's going to be like this, and it's going to be, almost like a peg or something. It's not going to roll very well. The whole goal is to have that balance so that it's spread out. You want to grow in all areas of your life so that so you've got that round circle, so it's smooth rolling. Okay, so that's kind of a good analogy for why I believe that you want to have balance in your life. So what does that mean in this reference that we're talking about here? Is having balance in your life, in your work life and in your personal life, because those are the 2 big ones, right? Is your personal life and then your business life. That's where you spend the majority of your time other than sleeping. And that's a whole other topic. But so you got to have that balance. I think really, instead of looking at life as a finish line, I think you just got to look as a smarter way. How can you have a focus, have a vision where you can get to a certain point in life where you're making the kind of income that you can have a very great lifestyle, but not necessarily where you stop working altogether. Does that make sense? So, and this is my vision, okay? This is what I'm looking to do, is that, when I'm making $30,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month, I'm not stopping. I'm not going to go retire on a beach, put my flag in the sand, and just, turn off my phone and never answer it again. That, to me, that doesn't, I know there's more to life than that. I know that, especially if I can do that by, end of this year, next year, whenever that happens, I have goals, but, when that happens, I've got 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years left of my life to live. And that's where my vision stopped when I was younger. I thought the finish line was right there. But what do you do after that point? Can you really sit on a beach for 70 years of your life every single day, 24 hours a day? How fulfilling is that really? Now, beaches are great. I want to live on the beach, maybe part of the year. I want to live in a snow country another part of the year. I want to, go to the tropics. I want to go to Europe. I want to, go to Asia. I want to go to Africa. Do all these different things, right? I want to travel. But I also want to work at the same time because, see, I think that you got to have that balance. You got to have both. Why not be able to continue to impact the lives of other people, showcasing the lifestyle, what's possible, being able to work a few hours a day and be able to continue to grow those assets, continue to grow that income. Because imagine, to make $50,000 a month or $100,000 a month, that's great. You can make a huge impact in a lot of people's lives, including your own. your family, your friends, organizations, charities, great, works around the world. But what if you continue to grow that to $1 million, right? $1 million a month. Why not? If the systems are available, if you've got a few hours a day to do that, to work towards that, how many more people could you impact in your life? And see, I think that's what we've got here in front of us, is the ability to do just that. Why be selfish and limit it to just what we can do for ourselves, or even just our own person? Why not expand that vision? Why not be able to just continue working part-time, having a great, lifestyle, and having a wonderful ability to be able to continue to create, continue to produce a couple hours a day? I mean, what a great contrast that would be. So here's what I want to encourage you. If you're looking to build a business, and I suggest that you should, if you're really serious about, creating that freedom, creating that lifestyle for yourself, you need to have access to some kind of a big business system. There's a lot of different ones out there. Personally, I find that Empower Network is probably the best one out there today, because of the systems that it leverages, because you're using the internet and you're using these technologies and these funnel systems and these upselling processes, these automation, autoresponders. It's such a great system, and 100% commissions, an incredible pay plan. It really is hard to beat. If you're looking for freedom and you're looking for something you can change your life in the next 90 days, I can't guarantee that you can do it, but people have done it, which means you could do it as well. It is possible for you. Hans Schaff, The Real Hans, for reals, I'm out of here. Take care. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.